Trials. In first unit, there are 4 kinds of trials, and among these, one question for 10 marks is guaranteed. So, what is a trial? Trial is proceeding in the court which involves examination and determination of cause of judicial tribunal and ends with conviction or acquittal of the accused. Types of trials. So, there are 4 kinds of trials: session trial, warrant trial, summons trial, and summary trial. In session trial, there are offences which are punishable by more than 7 years imprisonment or by death sentence or by life sentence. So, if the offences are punishable by more than 7 years of imprisonment or by death or by life sentence, then they are tried in sessions trial. In warrant trial, the offences which are punishable by more than 2 years of imprisonment, then they are tried as warrant trial. In summons trial, the offences which are punishable by less than 2 years of imprisonment, then they are tried as summons trial. In summary trial, small cases and petty cases are tried as a summary trial. So we will see the procedure for all these 4 trials one by one. Procedure for sessions trial. So section 225 to 237 of CRPC tells us about the procedure that are used in sessions trial. So what is the first step? The trial is to be conducted by public prosecutor. So according to section 225 of CRPC, the trial of a sessions trial is compulsorily be conducted by a public prosecutor. Then in the next step, there is opening case for prosecution. So the prosecution opens his case. Then when after the prosecution opens his case, if the judge finds that the offences against the accused are groundless or baseless, then there is a discharge of accused on baseless grounds. Then, if the judge finds out that the offences against the accused have grounds, then there will be a framing of charge if the grounds are valid. Then, the accused, after framing of charge, then can plead guilty. So, if he pleads guilty, then there will be conviction on plea of guilty. And after that, if the accused does not plead guilty, then there will be date for prosecution for evidence. A date will be given for prosecution to present his evidence. After that, on that specified date, the prosecution will present their evidence. And when the prosecution gives his evidence, if the judge, after listening to the evidence, finds out that the accused is not guilty, then the judge will orders for the acquittal of the accused, that the accused will be discharged, he will be acquitted. Then, if the judge finds out that there is some grounds that the accused is guilty, then there will be evidence for defense. The defense will be given chance to present their evidence, and after that there will be an argument between prosecution and defense. And when the argument ends, the judgment is pronounced, ordering the conviction or acquittal of the accused. Procedure for warrant trial. So, section 238 to 250 of CRPC tells us about the procedure to be followed while conducting a warrant trial. The warrant trial is mainly classified into 3 heads: by police report, other than police report, and conclusion. So, how the procedure is to be followed when there is a police report, and how the procedure is to be followed when there is no police report, and the third part is conclusion, that is judgment. By police report. So section 238 to 243 of CRPC tells us about the procedure to be followed in a warrant trial when there is a police report. So the first step is supply of copies of documents to accused. The accused is supplied with the documents or the police report and all the related documents to the accused. The next step is discharge of accused if grounds are baseless. If the grounds against the accused are found to be baseless, then he will be discharged. The next step is framing of charge if grounds are valid. So if the grounds against the accused are found to be valid, then there will be a framing of charge against the accused. Conviction on plea of guilty. So if after framing of the charges, the accused can plead guilty, and if he pleads guilty, then there will be conviction on his plea of guilty. The next step is evidence for prosecution. So if the accused does not plead guilty, then there will be evidence for prosecution. The prosecution will be given a chance to present his evidence. The next step is evidence for defense. So after the prosecution presents their evidence, the defense will be given a chance to present their evidence. The next slide is other than police report. So how a warrant trial, how the procedure of warrant trial is to be followed when there is no police report. So if there is no police report, then the prosecution is given a chance to present their evidence. So first, the prosecution is given chance to present their evidence. After prosecution presents their evidence, there will be discharge of our accused. So if the grounds against the accused are baseless, then the accused will be discharged. And if the grounds against the accused are valid, then there will be framing of charge. So after framing of charge, the accused, if pleads guilty, then there will be conviction on plea of guilty. And if the accused does not plead guilty, then the defense will be given a chance to present their evidence to defend themselves. The final head is conclusion. So for both police report and other than police report, after following the procedures, there will be the third head, conclusion head. So under this, the judgment will be pronounced ordering acquittal or conviction of the accused. Procedure for summons trial. So section 251 to 259 of CRPC tells us about the procedure to be followed during a summons trial. The first step is substance of accusation to be stated to accused. So all the accusation against the accused, it has to be stated to the accused. Then after that, when the substance of accusation are stated to the accused can plead guilty, and after his plea guilty, there will be a conviction on plea of guilty. So in the third step, there is a conviction on plea of guilty on absence of accused in petty cases. So if there is a small cases, then the accused can plead guilty by a third person. In the next step, there is hearing for prosecution and defense if not plead guilty. If the accused does not plead guilty, then there will be hearing of prosecution and of defense. And after that, the judgment will be pronounced ordering acquittal or conviction of the accused. Summary trial. Under summary trial, there are two long questions. The first one is when an offence can be tried summarily, and the other question is the procedure during summary trials. So first we will see when an offence can be tried summarily. So if the offence is less than 2 years of imprisonment, then the offence can be tried summarily. If there is a theft of less than 2000 rupees, then the offence can be tried summarily. Receiving of stolen property of less than 2000 rupees is involved, then the offence can be tried summarily. House trespass, insult, breach of peace and criminal intimidation. Abatement of all the above offences. If someone encourages someone to do all the above offences, then the offence can be tried summarily. Abatement of above offences and attempt to commit above offences. Even someone attempts to commit the above offences, then the offence can be tried summarily. The next is procedure for summary trial. So in the first step, the only 3 months of imprisonment can be awarded if the trial is conducted summarily. The next step is magistrate should fill the below particulars. So magistrate has to fill the below particulars: the serial number of the case, the date of commission of the offence, the date of report or complaint, name of the complainant, name, parentage and residence of accused, offence committed and value of property involved in offence, plea of accused and examinations, findings by police, sentence or other final order, date on which proceedings terminated. So all these particulars the judge has to fill up in a form. And after that, if accused does not plead guilty, then record the evidence and announce judgment. And after that, whatever orders the judge pronounces, it has to be signed by magistrate. So these are all the 4 trials, and among these 1 10 marks question is fixed.